that maybe, just maybe, they're not this dominant juggernaut of a team that is, quote unquote, from TO, the best run we've seen even going back to Villanova, this dominant team that was 4th in the Big East this year. Rob Dauster. Well, what was their path in this tournament? Two West Coast Conference teams.
They beat Rick Pitino.
He loves doing this,
Then they beat Randy Bennett. They beat Eric Musselman.
Rick Pitino with 2 feet out the door.
Then they beat Mark Few. And then they beat a should-be Hall of Famer in Jim Larinaga. I think it's an incredible tournament.
Can I help you?
Please.
Can I help you, please, on this
please,
one?
Please.
They beat a Rick Pitino team in the MAC that had a couple good guards and really nothing up front. They beat a Randy Bennett team that was, honestly, he maximized what he could, and Alex Dukas could barely get out of his chair
and
at halftime.
They were losing at that
yes,
point.
Correct, correct. They beat an Arkansas team that didn't have Trevin Brazile, a first-round pick, and Nick Smith was a shell of himself because he's been in and out of the lineup.
That happened in November.
An 8 seed in the Sweet 16, mind you.
They beat a Gonzaga team that I just saw Mark Few earlier today, and he said, man, we were really, really lucky. I didn't think we'd even maybe make it out of the first round of the tournament because their backcourt looks like it belongs, honestly, in maybe the Big West right now. And now Miami, I'll give you credit. Like, I actually think this was a pretty good win against a Miami team. They don't run a whole hell of a lot, but
Miami
they got some
team
dudes.
that was not in the KenPom top 25.
And they're in a mid-major league. I mean, that's the other thing.
So I guess the question that I have is, so what's the argument?
Yeah.
Well,
what are you trying to argue?
We said it a couple days ago
that it's not this dominating run.
Luck is as big of a factor in the NCAA tournament as anything.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
You can only beat who's in front of you. Here's the thing that all of these games have in common. What do all these games have in common, Fanta?
They're all wins by double digits.
They're all wins by double digits. You got a stat right there on your phone.
Yes.
Read it off to the gentleman over here.
Since the NCAA tournament expanded to 64 teams in 1985, UConn is the 6th team to enter a national championship game appearance with 5 wins by double figures. Let's see how many of the others you can name.
Villanova.
Villanova in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Baylor.
No Baylor.
No Baylor.
Really? Baylor didn't?
2016 North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Which tells you how wild it is that Jay Wright won that game. 2009 North Carolina.
They were dominant.
Yes.
2001 Duke.
They were pretty damn good.
Come on. Your guy. Mr. March.
Mr. March.
Oh.
2000, Tom Izzo. How good was 2000 Michigan State?
Yeah, they're great.
So here's the thing. To me, the run has been dominant. The competition it's come against has been a product of the NCAA tournament. That's the point here.
No, product of college basketball.
Yeah,
well, and therefore, but product of the tournament too.
And here's
because FAU might not be standing. Here's the thing. I was thinking about this watching FAU. Credit to them, but who'd they play in the second round of the NCAA tournament?
Yes,
they played Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Sure.
Duke. Did Duke not have their worst day in over a month against Tennessee? What if Duke wins that game?
Yeah.
What if they win? There are circumstantial things.
Sure.
Yeah. In UConn's region, what changed the region was Arkansas beating Kansas. Kansas had that game won. They should have won that game.
I think is saying is like they're going to go through 6 games.
Yeah.
Without playing a real big boy. They're going to 6. Like,
but you say without playing a real big boy. They played an Arkansas team that's got 2 lottery picks and 4 NBA players. They played Gonzaga and Drew Timme. So like where in this NCAA tournament, what team is a true big boy?
Are you trying to diminish the title?
I'm serious.
They're a more talented team.
I'm not making this
college basketball in 2023. We said the entire year there are no great teams. There aren't. UConn is a very good team that is beating every good team's ass in this tournament.
All right,
there are no great teams. Who do you want them to beat?
I'm not making this point.
They got a great win. No, it's a serious question.
I have
the answer. Saying, like, did they beat a legitimate top 10 team?
Oh, Greg.
That's all I'm saying.
This is how this works.
It's my point. I can't even answer the question.
Who is the legitimate top 10 team?
Again, like Alabama was the top 10 team. Well, Houston.
Alabama was top 10 team that lost by 32.
I'm not saying they can't lose.
college basketball stunk this year.
Today's episode is presented by Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play college basketball's pick'em, where you get real cash prizes simply by picking player stats in this weekend's games. In pick'em, all you do is pick whether a player will go higher or lower in Underdog's projected totals. That's points, rebounds, whatever. If you're like me and you think Marquise Noel is going to go absolutely nuts this weekend, pick higher on his points projection, throw in a couple of other picks, and if you hit them all, you can win 20 times your money on a single game. Underdog's slick mobile app is easy enough that dummies like Jeff Goodman have even figured it out. So go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app and use the code FIELD, FIELD, to get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Get in on the madness now.
It was
UConn is the best team in a bad year.
Part of the show where you just sit over here, folks. Hello.
They're the best team in a bad year. So if you want to sit here and say that they didn't,
I'm just saying they didn't beat. Go ahead.
They're the best team. Like they're the fourth best team in the Big East.
So what do you want to do? You want to go to 96?
They're number one.
Not at all. I'm just saying.
Do you want Kelvin Sampson to drive his team over here so they don't have to travel?
Yes,
they don't have to charter.
Absolutely.
We can
But
say.
Mark won't be there.
Yes.
He won't be with us.
They're in the neighborhood.
To Fanta's point, it's a dominant run.
Yeah,
that is different
but they
from
caught
saying
some
they're
luck.
a historically dominant team.
Right.
No one said they were a historically
Yes, we
dominant team.
did. We just said it on the last.
Well,
segment.
historically
T.O.
dominant
said
run
it.
by point.
T.O. said it.
No.
And we said
Honestly, if they
T.O.
yeah,
is Mr. Big
here's
East
the
now.
thing.
So.
they have won by 5 more points on average than the 2018 Villanova team.
Yeah.
So there's going to be people out there who do it,
T.O.
but they're
just
not going
wants
to know.
go back to stores. That's all this
Yeah.
is. It's just a ploy to go back.
You
to
do?
Stores.
Yeah.
They sat you in the top
He
row
wants
of
to
the
be. He wants to be
pavilion.
in the same boat, in the same float with Dauster
Yeah,
in
you
the
coming
parade.
with me? You want to be on my float? There you go.
Oh yeah, T.O. is a very big fan of the
I
Husky
thought
fans
here's the wild thing tonight that reflects your point, and I brought this up to Dan in the hallway just now. I thought that UConn played like a B game. They didn't even play an A game. They kind of when they say like sometimes that they sort of effed around a little bit. They did turn the ball over a bunch.
Yeah, well,
UConn and Dan said it. We had uncharacteristic turnovers.
That's a credit to Miami because that's the only chance Miami had to win the game.
only other chance is to play even with the 5-man matchup, and they didn't do that.
No, they didn't.
No.
But the fact that here's the UConn luxury. There's no doubting that the roster that he assembled and his staff assembled was an amazing job, because how many teams can lose the linchpin of the team? Andre Jackson's been the linchpin of this team. He's done everything for them. He plays 4 minutes in that first half, and they don't miss a beat. They didn't miss a beat.
Well, the beauty for them, too, is they don't have a great point guard situation, but there aren't a lot of great point guards around the country.
Yeah.
You know, so they don't get exposed very often.
And the point guard broke tonight, by the way. He
Yeah.
finally broke in the locker room. He said that he's tired of it.
Who?
Newton. Newton says he's tired of people hating on him.
Wow.
He goes, I don't know
played
what you
great
want.
tonight.
He said, I don't know what you want me to do. I had 8 assists tonight. So that has also
Yeah.
No,
he
he's
totally-
been
no
very
doubt.
good.
Yeah.
RC, you're
He
RC
deserves
is
his
talking
flowers.
off stream right now, and no one can hear what you're saying. You're sitting here yelling
He
at us.
doesn't know
No
he
one can
doesn't
hear
have
what
a
you're saying.
mic.
So no, in all seriousness, like Tristan Newton is, if you're going to go like draft the best point guards, best players, best whatever, it's like he's not going to be high on the list. But
There's
in
no
terms
Ryan
of what-
Boatwright.
No one's a Ryan Boatwright. But in terms of what UConn needs him to do, like play with pace, get the ball into the half court, be able to run the offense, be able to come off those screens and get the ball into Adama Sanogo when it's ceiling, make a 3 when it's open. Do not turn the ball over. Run a ball screen. Like, he can do the job that he's being asked to do on this team.
I'm just going to be real talk here. You're telling me that let's just say that if a Big Ten team was playing Monday night against San
Not
Diego
that.
State, would you be
Of
devaluing
course
their
not.
national
Of course-
title
of
as
course
well?
not. I'm not devaluing a thing. We can call this a dominant run. I have zero problem with your point. It's well thought out. I have a problem saying this is a historically dominant team looking back at the last 10 years of college basketball.
But no one is
That's
saying.
not true.
Who's saying that?
No one
We
is saying
just
that.
said it, guys.
Oh, who said that?
We didn't say it. We said it was a historically dominant run on par with 2018 Villanova's, on par with 2021 Baylor's, on par
No,
with
we said they are
2009
playing like
Yes,
as
right.
good of a team.
Yes, right now,
As-
comparatively to the rest of
that's
the field.
just not true. That's
Compared
just not true.
compared to the rest of the field, how is it not? They just gave you the data.
If this team played 2018 Villanova, what's the line?
I think
Who
that
wins?
Probably 3.
Villanova by double digits.
No.
No.
I disagree with that. No shot. No.
No.
No, that's a no.
No,
They beat them.
That's a no.
Villanova wins.
Hey,
Villanova wins.
I understand what you're saying.
You should be ecstatic that Dukas really left that game in half.
Here's the biggest thing.
Come on. St. Mary's was never.
I'm not trolling. You were losing that game.
Here's the thing. Here's what you got to understand. The reason why
You
UConn
should send
before they got
a card to Alex Dukas.
Yeah, I will. Before they got into the Big East, right? UConn has not won a game by less than double digits outside of the Big East. In the Big East, teams knew how to neutralize Andre Jackson. And if you ask Danny, what he'll tell you is we did not do a good job of being able to find a way to make Andre Jackson work. Andre Jackson is the reason this team is as good as they are. When he was playing like completely out of confidence, then that's when
they're pretty good without him tonight.
That's when they were bad. Right. When he's Andre fucking Jackson,
say his name.
He wasn't even that tonight.
Let me tell you something.
When he's Andre fucking Jackson Jr., that's when they're great. And what happened was they changed the way that they use him. They put him into the 4 spot.
They unlocked him. Have you ever heard that? They unlocked him. You ever heard that before?
Take us a break.
St. Mary.
How much do these guys
St. Mary could have come on the floor. St. Mary could have come on the floor and suited up against UConn, and they wouldn't have won. Okay? There was no way St. Mary's was ever beaten Connecticut.